All right, guys. So let's. Good morning, Brad. How are you? Good morning, everybody. All right. So let's take a quick look here. CPI came out. Market literally flash tanked in 2 seconds, and the market went down like I don't know, like 70 points or even more than that, from 330 all the way down to two. So about 130 points, and then recovered very nicely, and now we're stuck in the middle of the range basically. What we're looking for is we have a 200 and 100 there are in sync on the short side. We have harmony zone number one, which is resistance at 303 and 313. That's just the zone right there. Zone two is 28 by 38. Zone number two, we're looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity in this environment till proven otherwise. If the market goes above 315 to 320, that kind of puts a pause on the swing trade short and still gives us one more opportunity for the market to hold at harmony zone number two. Meaning, you know, I wouldn't be looking for bigger targets if we go above 320, but that last zone of 28 to 38 should give us a little bit of resistance to any upward move. So we got that going on. We have 5 minutes to the cash market open. When it comes to ES, let's take a quick look. Okay, so we have a one candle reversal on the 50 NT Rinko. We have resistance at 5204 by 5207. Then we have zone number two, which is 10 by 13. We're looking for a target of 191.75. We'll reevaluate if we break anything above 210. Mike, good morning. Adam, good morning. I think I said that to you already. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. And one thing of notice, worth talking about, is on the 40 NT Rinko, we had a captain set up short right here, and they reversed it above the 91,300. So now that's a trap for the shorts. We want to see how far up they want to take it. I'm looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity, and the market needs to really break 272 in order for us to progress toward our target at 253. First 15-20 minutes of the market action, we want to figure out a couple of things. One of them, who's the participants, who's active, who's not, what type of trader is operating at different levels, what type of traps are being laid for people, and who's getting trapped in them. So in that first 15 minutes, 30 minutes, we want to see what kind of market we have before we jump in and start getting active. ABE, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. AKU, good morning. Good morning. All right, here. Just remember, I am lucky in money. Say that to yourself 10 times in a row. I am lucky in money. Let that one sink in, and let's get busy here learning this market and taking advantage of it and getting it done. All right, we got 1 minute. Let's take a look and see the news calendar. And we had the CPI earlier. That's a lot of zigzag price action here. Okay, here we go. Just remember that 353 is an issue. See how they're hitting that level, the top end of the range, and backing off. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Is just we have that last line of defense for the market for the shorts to kind of come in, and they did come in. And you're gonna see this back and forth price action where they hit the top end of the range, come back to the bottom end of the range, and just kind of oscillate back and forth. That's a typical resting area. Right now, the market is out of sync, which means that we're getting a two-sided market, and we want to wait. The shorts will take control again if we break under 89. We definitely want to see the price action trade under this area right here, under the 300, in order for us to start looking at the short again. And being patient the first 15-20 minutes is a good thing, at least for me. We got a captain set up short on the 30 NT Rinko, so the market is lining itself up on the short side here. We're starting to see that shorts come in. Sheila, good morning. Got to break that 300. Oh boy, yeah, that's good to see here. 40. Let's see if I can find. I'd rather not trade this early on, but they're putting on a short right here with this break of 300. We should see a flush going to 89, and then a rally back up from 85. So we should see a little bit of a rally back up, and then we can get back in. But that was a good one right there, because that's the failure of that captain setup that they put right here, and I've been seeing that happen lately, where they put that in the body of a cloud and then fail it. And in my head, I was like, okay, You gotta be patient. I gotta be patient that first 15, half an hour, but that's a signal right there. Hey Sayed, how are you? Target is 253. We're heading toward the 253. Man, look at that. Not only did they put a captain setup, but they put a captain setup switch trade on the 30 NT Rinko. So 253 coming up, and boom, here we go. Now the next target, remember what that is too. That's actually Globex. Globex is 253, so they're gonna oscillate here for a little bit. Next target is 228. 228. So expect a bit of back and forth here. Well, 228, that quick. If we get to 220. Okay. Good morning, Brian. Good morning. Here he is, DJ Mike. How are you, bud? Good morning. Good to go, man. I was getting worried about you. I was like, it must have been something I said. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, so target is hit. Target is hit. Next target is 203. 203. Harmony zone number one is 253 by 263. 278 by 288 is harmony zone number two. And we are looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. You got very close, Brian. You got very close at that 220. You got very close. It looks like you're gonna get the 220, man, but it's gonna flush here a little bit. The target is 203. 'Kay, reporting Apex having issues for some people. Just watch out. So yeah, so they ran the stops right here around 220, and they're bouncing it right back up. Forty. Yeah, just watch out. Watch out. Watch out. All right, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Like, share, comment. Appreciate you guys spending your day with us right now. And let's get it going. So we're back to that to 20, and the target back is the target is 203. So that's kind of what we're targeting right now. Steven's having issues. Okay, so just watch out. Apex is having some issues reported twice. Two or three coming up. Shorts are in charge. Next one is 178. Yeah, thank you, Brian. I mean, you got the 20 to the 40, 45. I mean, that's good stuff too. Just this, the overall structure of the market is still short. Target is hit. Next target 153. ES selling off to the next target of 179 and a quarter. Harmony zone number one in ES is 91 by 94 and 98 by 201. We're looking for rallies to short into this market. What happened to Globex numbers? It it oscillated around it. Well, that's what happened. It just kept going up here, up here. One, two, three, four. Four attempts at it, and it just was not a lot of pressure. That's good. I mean, it gives us information, right? The reaction around it, it's going to give us information. The reaction under it is going to give us information. Typically, you see it just oscillate in here for a while, and it did that, but it just did it under that price, just literally right under it. We're getting a captain set up long on the 40 in Tirinko at 193. So we're expecting a bit of a counter trend coming in right now that's going to take us into the 205, 220 level. So expect that to happen here. And we're running into resistance. So I'm looking for these rallies to short into. Yeah. Here it comes. And you have a captain set up long on ES at 83. So the market is basing here. It's basing, and the counter trend is going to be happening, fairly soon. See that? So the market right now is a two-sided market, right? 200 and 100 are no longer in sync on the short side. The market is basing and pausing. The overall trend is still short unless we go back up to Globex and close above 253. And you're getting pockets of buyers coming in, but the dominant force is short. So we expected from 93 to get into the 05 to 220, and we're getting that behavior. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start going between 20 and 30 right now, because this market has the capacity to do that. And this is the captain setup long on the 40 NT Rinko that the market put on. And it happened at 93. First test of the 30 to the 40 level up here, you tend to get a market that fades. So they're gonna run it up in that level, and we're gonna look for fading behavior. We had the same exact thing happen right here, and that precipitated that huge sell-off. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one, uh, DJ. I mean, I saw that 93. We saw that 05 to the 20. Now we're seeing the 30 to the 40 potential. But here, up here, this is the spot where the market will just hit the top end and the bottom end of the range, and then come in and fade back into the neutral zone. So we're gonna see. See that? So we should see 18 come in. Okay. Ah, it's nasty. Yeah, I know. They're pushing hard. So right here, we expected it to go to the 18. The market just made a switch trade and ran it up. The 200 and the 100 back in sync. You're looking at 278. Yeah, that's very much so. Expect. I mean, they're gonna probably test it and retest it here. We're just gonna have to see. We got 2 minutes to the top of the hour. And we're expecting consolidation around Globex of 252. Price breaking it and coming back and retesting it and spending some time in this spot. God damn, man, this thing is out of control. I mean, just looking at this, we're I mean, we recognize that 90, what is it, 93 that we talked about as a price where the market's stabilizing. We're going to go up into the 205 to 220. And the market just gave us a whole lot more out of that into Globex and shifted to where the 200 and the 100 are in sync, and the market is just basically in harmony on the upside. And we hit two targets on the upside after it. Now, where we at in price action, we are at the top end of the Globex band, and that's an area where the market is fading. Shingo, good morning. This is an area where the market is fading, and you can see the top end of it gets faded, the bottom end of it gets faded. It's just an area where price can oscillate here. I haven't put any additional trades so far. Am. Mm. 328 target, 328. All right, so they put a captain setup short up here, and they came back to retest it. It's a wild one, man. It's a wild one. It's a wild one. I'm spending my time kind of understanding it, but I mean, we understood the captain setup uh, early on at 93 as a signal, and this is a byproduct of the whole price stability that they put on. Right at this spot, you're most likely going to get a two-sided market against that Globex band. I'm going to spend some time just watching this. I mean, yeah, 150 point squeeze that really kind of screwed with people big time. That 220, Brian, looks real nice right now. Yes, even Steven, that's about right. Yeah, we should see a little bit of a push down here. How's everybody doing so far? So we made this high. They put a captain setup short. They came tested it, pulled back. Now in a third attempt with a lower high. And you're gonna get that pullback. Okay, that's good. Up 600 on 6 PAs and 1200 on 13 evaluation. Most passed. Okay, here we go. Up 335 for Brad. Good job. Passed another evaluation. Okay, good deal. I'm up like 180 bucks or something. Let me see here. I gotta see. Today's the 12th, right? Okay, here we go. Anyway, those are the trades that I took so far early on. So we're up about 184 after commish. A lot of it, all the work I done around the CPI number. So I haven't done anything so far here, but it's early. Let's just keep working. That's true. It's the story of the rabbit, squirrel, and a turtle. But any of them, if they're using the harmony, then they should be doing just fine. Doesn't matter if you're a squirrel or a rabbit. All right, so let's take a quick look here. What are they doing? I mean, obviously they trapped the living hell out of the shorts down there. 93 was the trigger to a lot of this, and then we went to the 205, 220. They should have the shorts should have reacted there, and they couldn't, and we ran up and just trapped. Right here, we're at a spot where price action is just consolidating. The buyers are stepping in at harmony zone number 1, which is 303 by 293. Next target is 353 at 93. It was 293. Brian, see, I don't know if you remember, but we were looking at this right here. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, a captain set up long. And that was at 193. 193. I said 293. It's actually 193. So that's just that's the spot that we talked about. And we just got a massive ass move off of it. We were expecting 205 to 220 range and see if the shorts can come in. And then we ran into harmony zone number 2. Market just sliced right through it. And that's it. Just market got in sync on the long side, and boom, off you go. Captain set up short on the 70 NT Rinko. So now what we're going to experience is these type of rotations are, as long as we continue to trade above under 22, is critical right now. If the market continues to make lower highs, we're gonna push to the 270. I mean, there's a short pattern that just presented itself right here. Captain set up short right here. We should see a push toward the 300. Okay, so we got that push toward the 300, and they're backing off. They put another. We're so close to 300 to a whole number, so they're playing these kind of games right now. But so chop, 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 and 22 is still holding. That's good. ES is making higher lows. So you're stuck in this range where the market is oscillating in NQ, but ES is still making that higher low edge, and that's gonna, give NQ a little bit more strength. But if you start breaking anything under 300, 295, you're gonna get a flush to the 75, 70. And this is the captain setup on the 70 NT Rinko that we're talking about. So if you're seeing this, what we're asking the market to do is actually conclude this candle lower under 90 and 80, or 85. If that happens, then we get a push. We seen in the same spot before that behavior right here. That's about the same spot. They even came in with a captain setup long and failed it. So, we need to protect the 22, and we can look at the market and see if, well, that's not what they're doing. So they still have one more chance because they've done this one before, like right here, where they put a 6-prong captain setup. And if they close this candle higher, then that formation is violated, basically. The swing trade target is 353. That's the big target. And them failing to really confirm that captain setup on the 70 into Rinko. 353 is the next target. It was worth the risk, Adam, but very strong. All right, I'm just gonna go get some water. Come back. All right, so what did they do? What did the market do right here? So we hit that high, broke above it, took out all the shorts. We have a high here from the 8th that the market is playing around with. There's a whole lot of stops above it. If we end up breaking above that thing, then we're gonna get a move. A continuation of the move. From the perspective of targets, we have the next swing trade target is 428. Harmony zone number one is 378 by 68 and 53 by 43. And we will reevaluate the longs if we break anything under 65. Not 88. Okay, so 88 is an important level. 88 is an important level. If we break that, we'll be producing a captain setup short on the 40 NT Rinko. So the longs here need to protect that, otherwise we're going to get a bit of a fading behavior into the 70s and 65s. So 88 needs to hold. How is it for me? I'm up a little bit of money. Oh, hey Matthew, how are you, buddy? So far, so good, man. We just caught a couple of CPI number trades, and I've been sitting on them and watching the market and kind of learning it. Any trades for you? I mean, the target is 428. So that's what we're looking at right now. And they're grinding it higher even at these extended levels, but it is what it is. As long as here we go, we're coming up to that level, 428, and target is hit. Next target is 453, and we're looking at pullbacks as a buying opportunity against the 385. As long as the 385 continues to hold, then these pullbacks are buyable. on a swing trade basis. ES is continuing its move. Next target is 235.5. Harmony zone number 1, support 223 by 20, 16 by 13. Zone number 2. Let's see. We're coming up on that next level, but we're getting faded a little bit. So I mean, eventually this thing is gonna end up. Here we go. See if we can get to the 18. Yeah, here it comes. We should be able to push a little bit here. Here comes that 18. All right, so the market's getting tired up here. That's what that looks like to me. We came and actually took out those stops from the 8th, ran it up, and we're fading. Pullbacks are buyable above 400. We break 488, then that's gonna shift the personality to where some of the shorts can start taking hold. If you're brave enough, that is, right? Potential captain set up long right here. It's a 4 point trade. Take it of that captain setup. 23 to 27. Yeah, 4.5. Almost 5 point trade. Almost 5 points. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not gonna stick around for too long up at this level. I'm not. But I would take a trade, make money off of it, and move on. You know, sunshine. Here we go. So that trade that's right here. It's a quick $85. We're up 270. That was a 11-second trade. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, look at them now getting all cute. Took out this captain setup. Now that sets the stage for rotations that can bleed into the 400 and potentially the 85. Marty, huh? You lied. It was the concept. I mean, not the concept. But it was just an easy trade right there. But you know that it's better not get Like don't go for 20 points or anything like that. Just let it boom, like exactly what you did, Marty. In and out. You made your money. Life is good. On with the next. It's a beautiful setup. Just you have to be quick. I mean, the stop is so clear anyway. So we're hitting harmony zone number one to the tick and in and around the 400, and we're bouncing right back up. It's 10 o'clock, so you're getting a market that's res- responding to the top of the hour. We are in a channel on the downside right here. Break above 435 will resume the longs. What we're seeing here is a two-sided market because the 100 NT Rinko. I mean, just let's put it in perspective here. You know, look at that craziness. This is the first 100 candle reversal since the beginning of that 93 reversal, right? So we looked at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 19 candles in a row where the market just runs up, runs up, runs up, runs up. And now we have a one candle reversal here, and very close, mind you, very close to the target of 453. So excuse me, so the market is fading that target. So you're gonna start getting, I mean, if we break 85, 88, 85, we're gonna get a burst. Overall, the longs are in charge. The trend is higher. It's just simply we got to an area where some of the short pressure and profit taking is taking hold. Ah, Adam, what you doing? That sucks. Going on tilt, always never. Not always never. I mean, it never works out. It never works out. We didn't have that much of price change, really. I mean, we're trading within like 50, 20, 30 point range. So let's talk about this for a second here. We had channel number one, channel number two, and the market it broke this trend line, and it's basically stair stepping lower. I mean, you still have that 400. It's trying to, the market's trying to protect it, but you can tell there's in weakness. Like there's weakness coming in here. Okay. So where would the longs get back in charge? 35, 435. That's the key. Okay. That means that harmony zone number one held, and that means that there is enough push and buying pressure to get it to 35, so the pullbacks will get defended. Okay. If we go to 25, 30 and just get faded back in, then that's consistent with more pressure coming into the system. Like exactly where we at right now, 25 to 30. So we'll see. After a massive 19 candle run on the 100 NT Rinko, you will expect, and we should all expect, a lot of consolidation. And the consolidation will look where the market will hit rising support and gets protected, but makes lower highs. Then eventually that ends up breaking. Okay? And typically ends up breaking lower, but I'm not going to prejudge that. I'm going to just keep reading through the market till I see what I need to see. So we know the levels that market needs to take in order for the longs to get back in charge, 35. And if we go below 985, then the shorts can take a stab at this and see if they can hold it, because they have still harmony zone number two, which is 78 by 68 to deal with. But that's kind of the structure of the market right now. They're struggling here a little bit. What? Yeah, there's pressure coming through here. I mean, we could see 15. It's just part of the consolidation that we're talking about. Not. $462 inbound. Yeah, the 453 is the next swing target, and we got bigger targets after that. They're just struggling here, and we talked about the 35 breaking the 35 will set the stage for the longs to get back in charge. There is a difference between how NQ and ES is behaving. ES is about to break the top, and you're lagging here in NQ. So ES is stronger than NQ in that regard. I mean, longs are the dominant force. We'll see. All right, so this is the channel, the channel number one on the upside that the market is building, and it's not holding up as well as it should. If you kind of read between the lines on this market, I mean, I may be mistaken here, but the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, right? So the direction is long. The big target is 453, but the way this is so congested and just not showing a lot of push to the upside, and then you got the difference between how ES and NQ is behaving. Just be careful trying not to overcommit to being long in this area. I'm just reading between the lines here. I mean, it may shoot up. I'm just going to be careful with it. $23. Captain set up long here. Okay. That's what they want to do. One, two, three, four. Yeah, you gotta get to 23. You gotta get to 23. That's struggling right there. That's struggling. That captain setup should have been pushing 45 by now. Yeah, that's bad news. We're gonna get a pullback, guys. Probably 23 to 15, but we'll see. We should get a flush here in a few seconds. Okay. Target is hit. Next target is 478. Be an idiot. Oh shit! I thought I was talking in the mic, guys. I'm so sorry. I got short right here. Yeah, three contracts against that lower high and against that level in a what I perceive as a very weak environment. Well, not a very weak environment, but it's a weak environment. If I'm looking for a continuation of the trend, the way they came into that target, then made a lower high, then closed that candle. So I took the short. I took the a short on three contracts. And I think I got paid 10 points or something. We'll find out here in a second. Yep. So yeah, we took three contracts on that one, and that paid me 422 and 205. So that is 898 right now. I didn't even take a lick of heat on that one. All right, let's just keep working. AKU, I know with unfortunately with YouTube, we get a little bit of delay between what I have on the stream, me talking versus what YouTube, and I have it on very low latency, but in our Zoom private room, we get almost instantaneous feed. Khaled, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So this kind of formation should all right. They're coming back again here. Here we go. Here we go. They're coming back. You break 35, we're going to see a push toward harmony zone number 1. There is a bit of weakness. It's because you send it as an attachment, Khaled. You gotta send it as maybe put it in a Dropbox or something else. Then send it to me. Well, I don't think any emails take attachments that are code, or maybe I didn't put any restrictions on receiving emails. So try that. Put it on a Google Drive and send me that link. I can get it that way. That's probably the easiest way. Weakness, weakness, weakness. Here we go. All right, format. All right, we hit that level. So we broke channel number one, channel number two. So now another rally that makes a lower high, they're gonna start digging into this support zone. Yeah, that was a sweet trade, my friend. That was a sweet trade right here. And it wasn't an easy trade because you kind of had to read between the lines on the strength of this market right here. It's not as strong as what it may look, but that doesn't mean you just go short anywhere. You really have to have a very specific setup in order for the trade to kind of work. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Money, money, money. So they're doing the same thing, same exact thing. See that one? See that behavior? We should see a push lower. Like they duplicated this exact thing. So see that? Boom. You read between the lines. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. See, but I mean, you see what I'm looking at, how I'm looking at it. It's nuanced. Like it's between the lines and between the lines between the lines. Sometimes you just gotta have to read it that way. And I know the majority of people did not see the weakness here. They did not see that weakness. So this is first touch of harmony zone number 2. We should see a bit of stability here. Yeah, we should see a push up to the 1415. That's just the natural thing that they do right here between those two zones. Okay, so one of the things that you'll notice in the market, that the market does a lot of symmetry behavior, where they put repetitive patterns in critical points, and uh, and then make an action based on it. So here, I'm gonna do it very quickly because we gotta go back to see in the next opportunity here. So right here, we hit that level, and it was a labored effort. It wasn't a smooth run, but nonetheless, they came up and did this captain setup long. What did they do with that captain setup long? They failed it. So that's those are the first two places in price action. I was saying, okay, what I expect is not what the market is doing. Here, we should have seen price action move and push higher. And not just push higher, but do it with a bit more force. So that's, the first thing that alerted me. The second one, once we got here, the market puts a captain setup long and fails it. And we saw that one happen. I was like, okay, weakness number 2. Weakness number 3 was this. Okay? So you have a high, a lower high, and there was a target at 57. So target number 2. So you hit target number 2. What do you expect? You expect a higher low, consolidation, and a push. They made a lower high, and that's what got me into a 3 contract trade immediately, because I know entry at 50 has a stop of 55, 56. I can risk literally 5 points for the potential of getting a reversion to the mean. So that happened, meaning my expectation got confirmed, weakness got confirmed in the behavior. Then keep going, keep going. What do you see here and what do you see here? Another captain set up long, and what do they do with it? They fade it. So that behavior mimics this one. So that's the first symmetry that you're seeing in the market right here. Those two things. What does the market do after that? And I said it immediately when it happened. I was like, they're repeating themselves exactly the same way right here. Okay? And you see this trend line, it's holding. they make a high and an ever slightly lower high, okay? Which literally duplicates the exact formation that you saw here versus the one I participated in. So the expectation is to see a push. You have harmony wave supporting it along with the cloud, along with the trend line, and that means the market duplicated itself twice in the captain setups and in this lower highs. So the read started here, not very strong, and just continued into that whole rotation lower. Oh. So the question is, first, having wrinkle bars or and Ninja wrinkle will really, really help you, Matthew. Okay? So and the second thing, look for repetitive behavior. And those are the two steps that you got to take that will kind of tune you into reading the minutia within price action, because it's important for me and you and everybody that trades this not just to read people behavior, but also kind of read between the lines of intention, like what are they doing here, and if it goes through, what's the consequences to price action. So it's a deeper dive into the psychology of the market and the behavior of price action. That's the game I love. It's a fun game. All right, you guys seeing this behavior right here? That's the neutral zone. The price is basically buying this side, selling this side. And we're going to spend some time doing that till we build enough stops and we take the stops that makes more sense to the market. Yeah, so now we're running up here. Yeah, we should see a little bit of a push. I mean, we hit it to the tick. Okay, here we go. So we could start pushing to the 15. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. We should be getting to the 15 really, but let's see here. They're trying. Okay. So that's the channel that they're building right now, which is an upward channel into this area here. Now the market is back in sync on the long side, but there is, a little bit of weakness going on in this structure right here. They typically you come back to retest harmony zone number one, first touch, you're getting a couple of bounces, then you come into this zone and fade a couple of times into it, then kind of the market will make a decision to direction. So we're seeing a little bit of tiredness here. ES is pushing, NQ is not too far away from it. So I'm just going to be watching this. The expectation is to see the 15 come in. Well, that's the 15. Yeah. And if that holds, then we're going to be in the 10 down to the retesting the 05. And there they're going to probably pause it right there for a little bit. And they're just going to spend some time here. The market is in sync on the long side. So I'm just recognizing the fact that we're just getting this specific pattern that the market tends to engage itself in. They rotate, they rotate, they rotate. It's 11 o'clock. Okay. Okay. So this is where we add for the day. That last 3 contract trade kind of did us nicely. We're up 898. And this is where we add for the year so far. So we took multiple days here where we just had a couple of down days, drawn days, and held it as close to the vest as possible and made sure that I don't dig any deeper in these down days than I needed to. Yeah, that was a little bit rough there, but we recovered. And now we are $100 away from equity high. And you see that 05? But so let's go back to the market here before we finish. Like literally, if the only thing that you do is wait for the market to do the following. Whatever they do above harmony zone number one, that's fine. I mean, there's signals there as well. But wait for harmony zone to show up or price to show up to it. Take the first touches of it back into harmony zone number one. That works for longs and shorts. 90+% of the time, the market simply just does not slice through both and continue to the close of the swing trade. They always come to harmony zone number one, oscillate a little bit, bounce right back up, come to harmony zone number two, do what they just did here, bounce, go back to harmony zone number one, then fade back in. So the first touches to harmony so the signal would be first touches to harmony zone number 2, back up into harmony zone number 1, shorting that into a reversal, and those are the two action and a reaction that has a very, very high probability of working out. And you see this every single day, every single day. And your stops are fairly measured, because if the market goes 10 points above harmony zone number 1 or harmony zone number 2, then that's in many ways your stop. So whatever you get in here, you get in the middle of the range, you get it on the bottom of it, you could actually literally put one contract here, another contract here, another contract here, and then put 10 points under all of that. And 9 out of 10, you'll get a push back up to harmony zone number 1. Do the same thing here. You are gonna go back in. And it's just doing exactly what we said it's gonna do. So if you do nothing but do that, you're working with a high probability system. See again, you read between the lines right here. We came up to that. We said, okay, we're going to see 15. We're going to see 15. We saw 15. We should see between the 405 and the 400. We saw that. And now the market has even, a deeper run. And I want to get the first touches, the first touch down, then the first touch back up. Those are my highest probability. After that, the market tends to, I've seen it where they do this like for a good hour and a half, like literally bounce between those two things, two harmony zones, back and forth. Okay, but my best probability is the first two, action and reaction. All right, guys. My wife is out of school. She's a teacher, and I'm not allowed to work a full session while she's out of school. I have to go take her for lunch. So that means we're pretty much are done for the morning session. It's a good session. We made some good decisions with good money, and we will do this again. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. All right, before I go, how's everybody else doing? Across the board, Abe, how is Abe doing? Adam, Khalid, Marty. Any more trades, Marty? Did you see anything else today? Matthew, how did we do today? Sheila, Sayed. Yeah, I mean, if you can get the free version, Khaled, or just simply Google Drive. That's free too, and you could just drop that thing in there. Send me the link. Life is good. Appreciate it, by the way. $5.2K up. Here we go. That's good stuff right there. No, you managed it well. You managed it well. That's the key. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I gotta go take care of the wifey. So we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll do this again.